Hey traders, it's Bernie here from PowerDEX. Today we're going to tackle two basic option questions around buying a call option. First, we'll look at what exactly is a call option. And secondly, we're also going to look when is the right time to buy a call option instead of piling into spot or perpetual markets. So for the next 6 minutes, stick with me and you'll learn the fundamentals, a timing checklist, and we'll also go through a live example on the PowerDEX screen to get you up to speed. So first of all, what is a call option? A call option gives you the right, but not the obligation, to buy 1 unit of a cryptocurrency, let's say 1 Solana. You will buy it at a set strike price on the expiration date. You pay a premium upfront to buy that option, and the nice thing is that your maximum loss is limited to the price of that option, which we also call the premium. Nothing more. That's the maximum you can lose. Your upside can run as high as the coin can pump. So there's an unlimited upside. It's almost like a hockey stick payoff chart. It starts flat below your break-even price, and then it goes straight up once the price rockets past your strike price plus the premium. Now, second point, why to buy call options instead of spot or perpetuals? So there's a number of advantages of actually buying options. One is, we call it leverage with the seat belt. So you get full control of the coin exposure, but for a fraction of the spot cost. So it gives you effectively more leverage, but you do not have the risk of liquidations. So you can't be forced closed out. If you buy an option, your worst case scenario is you lose the premium, the price of the option that you paid. And lastly, capital efficiency. The rest of your collateral that is not used or has not been spent on option premiums stays free to trade inside of PowerDEX's cross-margin system. But very important, the timing matters. So let's talk a bit about the trade setup. So there are 3 prime setups for going long call options. One is a breakout on the chart, or potentially a catalyst related to the cryptocurrency. Could be protocol upgrades, token burns, or new listings, anything that can spark a fast move. Secondly, a low implied volatility is advantageous and gives you high potential of a profit. So if the premium is cheap relative to recent price range, but you expect a break outside the price range, you can have, it's a good entry point to buy your options. The last thing is, with options, there are no perpetual funding charges. So when you long perpetuals, you pay the funding. If that's the case, then a call option gives you the upside by just paying the premium, and you will never incur any funding charges. We have what we call the strike checklist when you buy a call option. Number 1, setup is confirmed. So is there a catalyst pending or a breakout signal? The time frame, is it right? Pick an expiry that covers the event and maybe a cushion of a couple of days. Thirdly, the risk, is it defined? You should spend less than a couple of percent, maybe 1 to 3% of your portfolio per trade idea to purchase an option. As we mentioned, volatility is important. So in the volatility context, you prefer the volatility of the altcoin option that you're trading to be in the lower rank when you're buying an option. Lastly, regarding the Greeks, a delta around 40 to 60 delta is balancing your leverage and your time decay. And lastly, an exit plan. Potentially, you can target 2 to 3 times your premium when you buy a call option, or cut your loss at 50%. So if you remember those 6 letters, strike, then you have a good game plan when is a good time to buy a call option. Now we're going to switch to a live example here on PowerDEX. So I've logged in with my account here. I've connected via Ethereum. There's also an option to connect via Base. So let's look at Solana. We look here at $180 call for the 30th of May. So it's expiring on the 30th of May in 10 days, 14 hours and 39 minutes. And we have a 29 delta on the particular strike here. There seems to be an update on the call. Let's move to the 175 call. So this is $5.15 if you buy one option. So 36 delta. So I can just go ahead here. I enter my size 1. You can also enter smaller sizes, 0.01, and then you can execute your trade. So I go buy an option. I confirm here my limit price, my fees are here, my total cost and my balance after the trade. I can place the order. So that order was just executed. And I can see here my drop down that I've purchased that option at the price of $5.15. And this is your trade done here. Remember, you only spend $5.15. That is the maximum loss you can have. And you can never lose more. I've got USDC deposited, so I can never get liquidated, as we discussed, because I'm buying options. I've already spent my premium, which is the maximum loss on that particular trade. So how can you manage a call option position that we've just put on? It has 10 days and 14 hours to go. So one thing is, if the price of Solana approaches 175 very quickly, it's currently at 165, then you have an option to to either take a partial profit, as we said, 2 to 3 times your premium. Could be advantageous to do so. As you will see as well, you're going to get longer Solana as your delta is going to increase from the 0.37 that we're seeing here. So you're effectively going to earn more Solana as the price goes up. And then your time decay here is about 39 cents per trade, which is a metric that you can watch as well. So you will know how much you will lose roughly of the premium every day if the price doesn't move. So then you can have basically a stop loss set potentially, that if you know your entry price of 5.15, if that goes down by 50%, you could take a loss on the position and close it out. Obviously, it does not always have to depend on the price. If the volatility jumps high, then also the value of the option could increase substantially. So a few final sort of common pitfalls when buying call options. We're buying a 36 delta option, which is, I think, a reasonable delta, but you could also, if you buy a $300 strike, that's never going to go in the money. It's a 1 delta. So you have to be careful not buying lottery tickets. So the lower your delta goes, the more it becomes a lottery ticket. The other thing as well is if you're trading related to a news event, that there might be an increase in volatility post the news event, before or after the news event. So you have to watch if the volatility crushes after the news event, that you don't keep holding your option position, as this could have a negative impact on your trade. And also the sizing, you should take a look that, as we said, allocate a certain percentage, between 1 to 3% maybe, to start off your portfolio to this trade. And just finally, there's a quick risk disclaimer. Option can expire worthless. Manage size accordingly and do your own research. This content is purely educational and not financial advice. So a quick recap. Buying a call option caps your risk. It unlocks unlimited upside, and it shines when a catalyst or a cheap implied volatility kind of tilts your odds in your favor. You can use the strike checklist that we discussed. Maybe start with a small micro-sized trade on PowerDEX. And let us know your favorite upcoming altcoin catalysts or tokens that you're watching in the comments. And in the next episode, we'll flip the script and we buy downside protection with puts. So hit the subscribe button, ring the bell. I'm Bernie from PowerDEX. Thank you for watching and welcome to the altcoin option side of crypto. See you next time.